Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce a very special ring girl for our next contest. She is Miss Liverpool and she will be competing in the Miss England finals. A big warm welcome for Lucy Whittaker. Thank you, Lucy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Please welcome into the ring the challenger from Liverpool, Derry, Mathews.
As ever, Derry makes his ring walk to the strains of Deacon Blues Dignity. And he's suggested in the run-up to this, if I lose, it's the end. 45 fights he's had now. Still only 30, seems to have been around forever, doesn't he? His debut back in 2003, and he's had some real hard fights over the years. This could be another one.
He has. At one time he was, you know, the young lad, the great young amateur, great boxing ability, but now he seems to, like a cat, he's got about 9 lives.
And the thing is, he can punch. He's got that sort of get-out-of-jail card, where he's been in trouble in fights and found the big punch to turn them round. Wins against Anthony Crawler, against Tommy Coyle. And he's so popular hereabouts, as you can hear from the reaction of the crowd here at the Liverpool Olympia. Runs a gym in town, Derry. And very, very popular. Says he needs to keep fighting to buy his wife's shoes. He's been training long and hard over in Spain, and he reckons this time he's got it absolutely right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the ring the British lightweight champion from Warsaw, Gethin.
Johnson, Martin Gethin's manager and trainer, said that the hostile reception which he is getting now is not going to faze him in any way at all. The quiet man, they call him, and he's always immensely fit. In fact, the problem sometimes with Martin Gethin is to stop him overtraining. And this is his first fight since being beaten in that IBF title eliminator by Ahmed Diaz. How much has he got left? And it's his first fight since May last year. He's going to have to be good to win tonight, but he says he can do what Stephen Orman did to Derry Mathews in his last fight, and he can repeat that sort of performance and inflict defeat on Derry Mathews once more. Stage is set, it's going to be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Warren, sponsored by Raynham Steel, proudly presents 12 3-minute rounds for the British Lightweight Championship, live and exclusive on Box Nation from the Olympia here in Liverpool. Your officials are appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Your 3 scoring judges at ringside are Mr. Dave Paris of Leeds, Mr. Michael Alexandra of Doncaster, and Mr. Phil Edwards of Preston. Your steward in charge is Charles Giles, your chief inspector is Steve Furness, and your timekeeper at the bell is Andy East. And when the action begins, your referee in charge is Victor Loughlin of Paisley. And now to introduce the contestants. Firstly, fighting out of the red corner with a record of 34 wins with 19 KOs, 9 losses with 2 draws. At yesterday's weigh-in, he scaled 9 stone, 8 pounds, 6 ounces, and tonight wears the white and green shorts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a former Commonwealth champion from Liverpool, Derry, Mathews. And across the ring in the blue corner stands the champion. His record reads 24 wins with 11 KOs, 4 losses and 1 draw to his name. At yesterday's weigh-in, he scaled 9 stone, 8 pounds, 7 ounces. And tonight he wears the red and white shorts. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting and introducing from Walsall, the British lightweight champion, Martin Gethin. Your referee will now give his final instructions to both boxers.
Just show away, this is slightly high, so anything borderline will be okay, right? Anything borderline there's okay, it's slightly high. If you had your instructions in the dressing room, remember, obey my commands at all time, defend yourselves at all time. God bless, touch gloves. Touch them.
Ladies and gentlemen, 12 3-minute rounds for the British lightweight championship.
Scottish referee Victor Loughran giving final words of advice. Well, both these guys, I think it's fair to say, a lot of respect within the sport for both these lads. They've really served their dues over the years, and Derry Mathews, it was reflected when he got a sportsmanship award at the Boxing Board of Control dinner recently.
Yeah, and rightly so, John. Derry's done a lot for the sport, great amateur, and gone on to become, you know, a really good professional, very good professional in my eyes. Never in a dull fight as well.
No, absolutely not.
We talk about his strength as well, his power, but he's also a fantastic boxer as well. You know, he's just that he has knocked out a few people, so we see him as a banger, but I see him as a better boxer, and I think he's got to use that tonight against Martin.
Well, he said in the run-up to this that he doesn't think that Gethin can get in and out as effectively as Ormond did when he beat him earlier this year. Gethin, I think, seems to think, or has said, that he can replicate the performance of Stephen Ormond, but A, he's a lot taller, and he is a different kind of fighter, and Mathews thinks that he's going to be able to work him behind the jab.
Yeah, well, Gethin's got to push him back and got to slowly grind him down, because he'll know that, you know, Derry's a little bit battle worn. You know, he's not at his youngest, so he'll try and take him into the later rounds.
Both 30 years old, these two fellas, and Martin Gethin, absolutely right. He said, I will slowly break Derry down. I've got hunger, grit and heart. How much has he got left, though, after being found wanting at world level by a very talented fighter in Mathews Diaz? Yeah. Good opening round, this.
Gethin looks quite composed and just having a look at Derry at the minute. Derry trying to keep him at bay and trying to keep him with those long arms, which is probably his best, you know, his best asset. Letting Gethin throw and then making him pay.
That was nice from Gethin. Left hook to the body, followed by an uppercut. And that's a solid shot from Mathews, and already signs in this opening round that this could develop into something special.
Yeah, good style of fights for both of them. You know, it looks like it could go on to be a cracker.
Derry Mathews stopped Martin Gethin's big brother Steve in 3 way back in 2003. Steve now helps Martin run the Wild Star Amateur Boxing Club with Darren and Rob, his other brothers. That's good from Mathews, and the crowd responding. Judges who are watching this, that's a nice right hand from Gethin, good reply and good body shots as well. Judges can be swayed by the crowd noise, and they've got to be wary of that being the case. Really good opening round.
Great first round. I'd have to give that to Derry Mathews, to be honest. I think he threw a lot more punches, kept it long. I'll give him that 10-9.
Danny and George Vaughan in the corner with Derry, and this is some of his better work from that opening round. But Gethin had his moments.
Yeah, put a lot of effort into that first round, did Derry Mathews. That's why I give him that. Gethin seems to be, you know, trying to have a look at him really, even though he was coming back with some. Seemed a little bit more in control.
Errol Johnson speaking to Martin Gethin.
Don't start letting him shoot shots through you. Early on, he was making him miss. Got me, keep making him miss. Come on. Don't let the round go.
Looks quite tight, Gethin. You know, his skin to his head looks really tight.
So into the second round, opener we've given to Derry Mathews. Completed 12 rounds on 4 occasions, Derry Mathews. Martin Gethin's never done that if it goes long. Remember him winning the Boxing Writers Young Boxer of the Year, Derry Mathews. Some great names have won that. And he still had the dream, and I guess still has the dream of maybe coming through this and still getting that big shot somewhere down the line. But he's got to win this.
Yeah, he's been given a hard task tonight to try and beat Martin, you know. He's got to take it away from him.
Gethin just trying to walk him down, trying to get into range.
Yeah, Gethin's constantly being, you know, he's keeping that front foot, making Derry work. So maybe he is looking toward the later rounds to try and break him down. He's keeping the pressure on with that front foot.
European champion is Emiliano Marsili. That's a good shot from Gethin. Lovely right-hand counter. Frenetic advice, fevered advice coming out of the Mathews corner. Danny and George Vaughan. Almost sounds as though there's a rival commentary team going on there. They're with every punch.
Yeah, he certainly wants this for Derry. Been there throughout all his fights, and you know he knows how much it means to Derry, this fight.
Mathews letting his punches go well, but he's not really troubled Gethin or hurt him too much so far, I don't think. Gethin's got those lean faces, and he does tend to mark up. Referee just telling Mathews to keep his punches up. Left hand looks as though it may have strayed low.
Yeah, I think Gethin allowing Derry to work as hard as he is doing, and he's keeping the pressure on. So maybe hoping again.
A smear of blood from the sometimes susceptible nose of Derry Mathews. And Gavin Rees caught him on there and didn't do him any good at all. Hard round, tough round. Mathews may be getting the better of it again, but it's close.
It's close. I think Derry took that round, but I just sense.
Jab the body, right hook over the top.
Gethin was coming back, wasn't he?
Yeah, I just sense Gethin knows what he's doing. He's sort of taking that, making sure that front foot's pushing Derry back all the time.
But as he comes, straighten him up as well. But everything you do, don't go back in straight lines. Jab, half a step back, right or left. But everything you do,
all right.
You're doing all right, that's all.
We're moving off, get them
He's going
hands
to come
up.
stronger, this kid. He looks like he's, you know, he gets into it a little bit.
You can see it coming on, come on. But we're pressing the
Save
big
it, no
shot.
jumping now. Win the fight with the jab. The jab's the key to everything you fucking do. Jab, half a step. Up the middle.
Recent record of Derry Mathews, he was widely outpointed as well by Steve Normand, although mitigating factor was that he broke his right hand in the second round. So into the third. Is Gethin getting closer? Certainly looked so in that second round. Gethin, from all accounts, has been looking very good in the gym. But working in the gym can be very different to the sort of competitive action that we're seeing here.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, sparring's it's the closest thing to a fight, but you can't emulate that night of your fight night. Heard he's on the grapevine, he's been doing a lot of rounds with Anthony Crolla and looking quite good.
There's good body shots, couple of solid shots from Gethin. Mathews trying to keep it at range with the jab, and Gethin just walking through and landing two really good solid hooks.
Yeah, I think if Derry's going to win this, I think he's got to do the old Khan style and win off the back foot, punch and move for 12 rounds. Whether he can do that, I don't know.
He's got to have the engine to keep this fella at bay, and as I said earlier, Gethin is just super fit. He will keep coming if he's not discouraged. And the winner, remember, to defend against Terry Flanagan, the Manchester southpaw who we saw winning earlier on tonight, and he's sitting on the far side of the ring watching every punch. Nice body shot that from Mathews.
Great work around the side, around the back of the elbows there from Gethin. And then Mathews comes straight back with a couple of shots of his own.
Yeah, the crowd's kind of colouring judgment a little bit, isn't it? Because everything Mathews throws, you get this huge roar from the crowd, but definitely the quality shots in that exchange for me came from Gethin.
Yeah, of course, and that's the beauty of having, you know, home fights, is the crowd get behind you, can sometimes sway the judges when they're screaming every time a shot goes in.
Looks as though it's going to go long, this one, as though it's going to be a grueling encounter, even though Mathews has that power we've talked about. But here comes Gethin again, working the body, and signs again in that round for me that Gethin was starting to get to Mathews. There's body shots from Gethin. Nice one back from Mathews.
Yeah, seemed to put it on that last 10 seconds. Gethin wanted to sway the judges, but Derry came back with shots of his own there. So he's turned out to be a little bit of a cracker, this one.
How did he score that round?
I think Mathews probably won that one as well.
Yeah,
I think he's going to, what I thought, you know, I thought Mathews would do well early on, and then Gethin would come on later on.
I gave that one the other way.
Oh, did you?
I think Gethin won that round. I thought the quality work was from Gethin. But you're the pro, and you've got it 3 out of 3 for Derry Mathews. Signs, though, that Gethin's just starting to get to Mathews a little bit, though, for me. Bruising under both Mathews' eyes, and he's tempted to take more body shots than maybe his corner would be comfortable with. And certainly that he would be comfortable with.
Yeah, I mean, if he's got a game plan, Derry, he's got to stick to it. You know, box and move, that's his best bet. Gethin, for me, of the two, seems to be a little bit more economical and saving his shots, you know, for the later rounds. Looks like he's got a little bit in the tank.
That was good from Mathews. Lovely hand speed and nice variety of work. Good body shot.
Yeah, that's exactly what he needs to do, Derry. Lovely shots around the top of the guard. Beautiful. They seem to rock Gethin now a little bit.
Needs more of that. Seems to have just found a little bit extra in his work in this round after not being quite so impressive in the third, Mathews.
Yeah, lovely uppercut off the ropes there from Mathews. He took a couple of body shots, but came back with a beautiful uppercut there. Yeah, he's putting a lot of effort into his shots as well.
He is, and we're only in the fourth. But he says he's got his preparations absolutely right this time, Mathews. He'll need to have if Gethin just keeps on coming and keeps putting the pressure on in the manner that he is doing now.
Yeah, but we've also seen Derry on the brink of defeat, and he comes back with some amazing shots and puts people down. So, you know, he's got that in his armoury as well. Yeah, Gethin just slowly walking him down.
Big Liverpool fan, Derry. Well, he's boxed well this round, Mathews.
He's boxed well the last 4 rounds, you know, he's done really well. He's put in a lot of work.
He's got a game plan, hasn't he? And he's sticking to it.
He has, exactly. I mean, Gethin seems to be a little bit one-paced at the minute. Whether or not that's his, you know, that's his plan, I don't know. But he just seems to be one-paced. He's not throwing, you know, big combinations like Derry's doing.
Well, you've got it 4 out of 4 now for Derry Mathews, I guess. I assume you've given him that.
I've given Derry that one, yeah.
I thought that was arguably his best round so far. Just listening in the corner.
Let's see you breathe. Come on. Water. Shuffle up.
Boxing nice, just keep with the boxing the way you're boxing.
Moving really well.
When you can make a rest there, you make it.
See when you grab him, just turn him. Catch, turn him, let the referee stop it. We want to box. We're moving behind the jab, you're moving really well. We want to start seeing this uppercut. And you've got to be nice and sharp. We'll finish with a left hook, bang, half a step, bang, bang, off the middle.
Don't bother about it. Just stop him from there. Just hold him.
How are you feeling? All right, let's see you shuffle up. Come on, breathe.
Oh, come on, you've got to be tight.
Moving really
You've
well.
got your hands a little bit now.
Keep that jab going. Don't jump round. Don't jump. He's got to keep coming, this kid. He's strong. He's chipping away, chipping away.
Keep making rest when you can, Derry, yeah?
That was a really good round he's come through there, and calm advice. Most salient point maybe that they'd like to see him start producing the uppercut.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's been very busy throwing accurate shots and powerful shots. That's why I'm giving him these rounds, you know. Saying, looking at him in the corner though, he looks to be blowing a little bit more than what Martin's doing.
Gethin won this British title, vacant title as it was, by beating Ben Murphy. Fight last year on a snowy night in Walsall. Gethin coming on a little bit stronger in this fifth after being on the receiving end for much of the fourth, keeping a fairly tight guard. Left-hand lead did get through. Derry being told by his corner it's George Vaughan, Danny's father, who's keeping up the constant commentary and telling him, keep moving, keep moving.
Yeah, George has obviously seen all these fights in the past and he knows that he can do it. Again, there are much older legs that Derry's got now.
Yeah, he's 30 and he's certainly got some miles on the clock. He's had some tough fights over the years. It's better from Gethin. Excellent work from Mathews. The jab is the key, and there's the uppercut. Lovely shot.
There you go, he's thrown it once there and it's a beautiful shot. So yeah, working hard again this round.
All getting a bit frustrating for Gethin. He's not able to use his strength and his stamina so far.
And then he throws a good left hook there that just landed, shook Derry a little bit. But again, he's on the end of that jab, exactly where he needs to be.
Third round was Gethin's best, and he's trying to make a big finish to this fifth, but unable to do so. Good work as he turns him off the ropes.
That's a good shot from Derry. He's working his socks off again this round.
Having to fight at a real intensity, Mathews, to keep Gethin at bay. Gethin's fans, not too many of them, but those that there are, looking a little bit worried. As well they might. Good variety again from Mathews.
See, that's good. That's where Martin needs. Great little round. That's when Martin needs to keep Derry Mathews, but again, he can't capitalise on that. Derry's working well off the ropes, if anything.
Yeah, good.
Miss England telling us, or rather Miss Liverpool telling us, that round 6 is coming up.
You've got to start picking up again. You're doing well, but I want to make sure of it, got me? Don't start a lot of arm punching, because then he's having that little sharp burst and the crowd are going mad, got me? The crowd are going to get mad to every burst he has, got me? So I want you to be sharp with your rises, got me? Deep breaths, come on.
Stay sharp, stay sharp.
Faster with that jab, got me? Don't split it. Don't just plod it. Fast, boom, boom. Yeah, the double's working every time. Your right hand get in there. Step your feet to get your right hand there. Treble your combination.
Errol Johnson only too well aware of the impact that the very passionate and partisan crowd could have, and suggesting that Mathews' work, or rather he's getting too much acclaim because Gethin not just able to match the intensity of Mathews' work, and wanting him to work the jab, let the punches go. It's getting to that stage. Gethin needs to start coming on strong if he's going to successfully defend his title.
Yeah, it's not hard as well, John, coming back off a defeat. Great little
good exchange, wasn't it?
Yeah, good exchange from the pair of them. I was saying, coming back off a defeat from Gethin, you know, it's hard. You usually have a fight just to get back in, to get a little bit of confidence back. Maybe his confidence has gone from that last fight that he had.
He was being lined up to fight Anthony Crolla, wasn't he? But for whatever reason, it didn't happen. I think that was back in November. I guess Crolla went the John Murray route, and a wise decision as it transpired.
Yeah, which turned out to be a cracking fight as well.
That was one of the fights of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah, two Manchester fighters and good friends going at it.
Only in boxing, eh? Gethin keeps coming, but in comparison to what Mathews is producing, just looking a tad one-dimensional. That's better, though. Whipping that right hand into the side of Mathews' face, and he felt the weight of that one. Maybe Gethin's best little spell there. It was the right hand.
Oh, great shot from Mathews there.
Good fight, this.
Great fight. Gethin's working hard, but he just seems to be one pace. He just, you know, he's going at it. Oh, it's a cracking uppercut there, not Gethin's head straight back.
Right hand and a smile on the face of Gethin. He knew he was tagged by a good one there. Took it well.
He did. He's taking some shots now. He's Gethin. There he's seen that he's had a lot of success with that big long right hand right round the back of his guard, and the left hook as well. And he is capitalising on that. Again, he's throwing them big long left hooks and right hooks.
The Derry chants go up. Chants for Dirty Derry. That was from that brawl against John Simpson all those years ago. Big shots coming in from Gethin, and Mathews beckons him in, saying, come on, let's have some more. Oh, what a good round. Appreciation from both fighters. Hard fight, tough fight.
We can go put it, can we? He can't. Deep breaths, breathe. Suck and roll. Have you noticed?
Stages in that round when Mathews was under real pressure, but that was the punch of the round, the uppercut.
Perfect uppercut there, straight up the middle, straight through the guard. A little smile from Martin there, but he knows he's taking some shots. Seemed to have woke him up there where he came out with a few big uns of his own.
Right hand, you get your feet moving faster, got me?
Come on.
And then the body and up, got me?
Take this, come on.
On the shoulder, stop letting him get the last fast shots off.
Well, he gave the first 5 rounds to Derry Mathews, number 6.
Well, I did think before, and I thought this is where Martin would come back, but I've got to give Derry that last round, I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid. Into the second half of the fight. Is Gethin going to be able to use that famed fitness to claw his way back? The left hand in there from Gethin, bringing the shot up as his corner had asked him.
Yeah, Gethin has to do something now this second half of the fight. This is his area now where he needs to push it on.
Gethin's other losses were back in 2008, 2009. Scott Lawton, John Watson, Chris Long. He almost packed in the sport then. He's had back injuries as well, but he's kept on going, and eventually winning that British title. Very popular around the Walsall area.
Well, sometimes you learn more from a defeat, John. Defeats like that, they make you think of yourself, and you have to take a long sit down and see what your future holds. Obviously he did the right reason, Martin, and he's here now tonight with a British title.
2 of them landing simultaneously. Punch from Mathews, catching Gethin on the jaw.
Great long jab there from Derry. He needs to do a lot more than that. Keep him off, keep him busy.
Jab and move. The Mathews corner shouting repeatedly, jab and move.
Yeah, it's hard to do in round 7 when you've done a lot of mileage in that ring.
Been a lot of punches thrown in this fight, particularly from Mathews. Really impressive work rate from the Liverpudlian.
Well, he's worked hard, but he's picked up the rounds, in my opinion, and he's deserved them first 6 rounds. Getting a little bit closer now, Gethin. Roughing him up.
Just needs to throw more punches though, doesn't he? He needs to be busier, Gethin. Really good fast exchanges in the closing seconds of that round. In the second half of the fight, Mathews bossing much of the first 6 rounds.
Listen, let's not bring the left deep into play now, yeah? 1, 2 steep hills run away. Yeah, is that water shot?
Yeah, I got it in.
Okay, just relax.
Hard round to call that one.
Suck it up, suck it up. Yeah, I see you start landing a few body shots as well when I'm not. What round's this now, Dad? What round's this?
Round 8, this is round 8.
Round 8, championships round, like I keep telling you. How are you feeling?
You've got to get off the fence, Stephen. You've got to score it one way or the other, Gethin or Mathews, round 7.
Everything off stage now.
I'm going to have to give that one Gethin, I think. First one I've give to Gethin.
So you've got it 6 rounds to 1 in Mathews' favour. I've got it just a little bit closer. I've got it 5-2. Into round 8. Championship rounds. Remember, Mathews has been that championship distance on 12 occasions before. Gethin has never had to do it.
Derry doing the right thing there in when it does get too close. He's just tying him up, getting rid of that work, and then getting back on his jab.
Gethin keeps coming and he's getting closer. Maybe the speed, the footwork of Mathews not quite where it was in the earlier stages. Nice work from Mathews, turning his man and getting away as Gethin trying to trap him on the ropes.
Yeah, both not as accurate as they were in the earlier rounds as well, so there's a lot of punches missing now as they're getting tired.
It's starting to get more ragged, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit closer now and holding on.
What does Gethin have to do for you here? Assuming he is behind on the cards, which I think he surely has to be. What's his game plan from here on in?
Well, I think he has to do what he's doing, is to keep him working all the time. But saying that, Derry's on the back foot, but he's also throwing some cracking shots. So even though he's pushing him back, Derry's coming back with some great shots on the defence.
There was a clash of heads in there. Gethin really boring in now, trying to make it into a close quarters sort of fight. And Mathews now a lot readier to clinch and to buy a few seconds rather than work behind the jab as he was doing so effectively earlier on.
Yeah, but I mean, he's picked up them earlier rounds, but he's doing well in these rounds because even though he's getting tired, he's not allowing Martin to come back. He's holding on like he's doing now. He's getting rid of his work. He's not allowing him to work.
Another close round. And an eye-catching little flurry combination from Mathews. The 1-2, last punches. Close round, that.
Yeah, no, I think Derry took that. I really do.
Deep breaths, come on. Deep breaths.
So you've got it 7-1 now, Mathews.
Open up.
Wipe it with a towel.
Yeah, wipe it with a towel.
I've got it 6-2.
Martin, here, listen. You've got to step it up a gear. It's too. You're letting him stay in the round all the time because you're just plodding. You ain't being first. When the jab is in, it's all right, but then you're closing yourself down too much. You've got to jab and then move in and get under and start throwing combinations. The combinations have totally gone. Got me? Two average rounds. You've rested for 2 rounds. You've got 4 rounds there. Pick it up a gear. Got me?
I don't think Gethin, like myself, realised just why Derry's still there. You know, Derry's been working so hard and he's still working as hard every round. I think Marty thought Derry would have been, you know, tiring by now.
Gethin's just not been able to go through the gears, I don't think, as Harold Johnson had hoped that he might be able to. It's all been just a little bit one-paced. Bit of marking around the under the left eye and the right eye now of Gethin. He's taken a lot of shots. Is it going to be a night of celebration for Liverpool and for Derry Mathews?
Well, if it carries on the way it's going, John, I think it will be. Because Marty's not showing anything different than what he's done the last few rounds. Unless he totally picks it up. And I see the title going to Derry.
Stephen Gerrard, a friend of Derry Mathews. I bet he's watching right now.
He'll be in bed now, getting ready for tomorrow.
Maybe.
That's a great long shot from Derry again.
body shot from Mathews. Getting late in the evening now here in Liverpool. Time approaching 11:30. But the Mathews fans can't take their eyes off this. Good right hand whipped in over the top.
Like you say, John, Derry's still got that snap in his shots. Martin's not had that all night. I'd like to know if, you know, how well he makes the weight, if he does make the weight, if he struggles. Because certainly that will take a, you know, that's a factor in the fight when it does go to, you know, the long distances. You can see in his shots, he's just not that snappy in his shots.
Couple of clubbing body shots from Gethin. And another. Lovely jab.
Good work back there from Gethin as well. Pushing him back.
As ever, it's a question of what the judges are being impressed by. Gethin, as we knew, has not really taken a backward step all fight.
No, and some judges, you know, like that. Some judges prefer that. Fighters that come forward.
I want that pace from now. Got me? 3 rounds, I want that pace. Deep breaths.
They think he won that last round.
You know you can do it. He can't. He's just going to have them little flashes. You just move your head and block tight when he throws. Got me? And don't forget, whack the body hard and then whack up the top hard. You got me? Slip and roll, yeah? Keep that jab working from an angle, yeah?
They think he
These
won
3,
that fight,
keep that pace up on top of it, yeah? And it's yours. We're on their ground, you've got him.
There we go, switch off.
Catch him. Look what he's doing. Catch him, bang, bang. And move. Too clever for him.
There's not got many rounds left, John, to...
Did you give Gethin that last round?
I'm not telling you.
You're scoring it. I did, but it's not you did. You're the one whose score is going to go up on the screen.
I'm going to go with Derry again.
Well, I've got it 6-3, you've got it 8-1.
And please, Gethin fans, don't think I'm being biased. I'm not at all. I just prefer his, you know, his long boxing. I think he's boxing very well and working a lot harder.
I think there's signs that he's struggling with the pace now.
Yeah, right.
Just signs that Gethin is starting to walk him down and maybe able to just put some more pressure on. Doing the right thing though, Mathews, tying him up.
Yeah, throwing a lot more shots now, Martin.
Body shots, those uppercuts, and the right hook to the head through. That's another good body shot. Good work from Gethin, who, remember, is the champion. Referee allowing them to fight their way clear from that clinch.
Good jabs on the back foot there from Derry. See, Martin's pushing him back, but not a lot of them shots connecting.
Gethin, a real greater sense of urgency about his work now.
Yeah, becoming a bit scrappy now. Not as accurate with the shots, the pair of them. But still, Derry working his socks off on the back foot. This is where Gethin needs to get him on the ropes and make him pay, keep working at him.
Does he sense that Mathews is starting to tire? Maybe. looking to grab on at every available opportunity now. And electing to go walkabout, caught by a straight left from Gethin.
I just think he's punching like he's punching through mud. His shots seem a little bit hard, it's hard to do for him. It's like he's overworking himself. And
Way in, then whip down her body, then the uppercuts and the right hands over the top. Come on, lad. We want these two hands now. Yeah?
You've got to do this, yes. Come on.
We want bigger rounds,
Forcing him
bigger
up,
rounds.
come
Let's stop him. Let's get him out of here. Remember the rallies? You know what's the matter with you? I want to see a rally. When you got him on that ropes, keep pinging him away. He can't stop, they'll have to jump in. Deep breaths, come on.
Come on, take it.
You've got another 3-4
Who do you score the last round to, Stephen?
I'm giving that to Derry again. I just think he was on the back foot, but I think he was throwing more shots. Some of Martin's work was, he was landing on the gloves. He wasn't as accurate. He doesn't look right to me, Gethin.
Well, he's certainly going to need 2 big rounds if he's going to keep his title. Surely. Turned out to be a good fight, though. We always knew it would be. Gethin fans perhaps heard in the background, come on Martin, last 2 rounds. They know that he needs rounds and he needs them big.
He does need 2 big rounds. But saying that, he has got the title. Derry needs to absolutely rip it out of his hands. So he needs to work doubly as hard. For me, he has done these last 11 rounds.
But his work rate has noticeably slowed in the last couple of rounds, Mathews, and he's holding on and mauling much more than in the earlier stages when he worked beautifully at range behind that jab. Desperate swing from Gethin, missed by a long way.
Catch him with a good left hook there, Martin. He needs a few more of them.
That's lovely from Mathews. Under pressure and responded really well.
And another good left hook there.
But Gethin landing more punches in this round.
I disagree with you there, John.
Look back at a replay and count them. Using all the tricks, Mathews, tying Gethin up.
That's better from Gethin.
Two tired men out there now.
Yeah, very much so.
Particularly Mathews, I think, has really had to dig deep. But he senses now that he might be just 1 round away from winning this title. And Gethin, is he looking a little bit sorry for himself in that corner? The body language suggests that they certainly think they've won in the Liverpool corner.
How you feel? Oh, come on. Let your... Open your mouth. Let your... No, that's it, I've got it. Let your hands go.
Can't split in that round, John. I'll have to give that a 10-10.
Let your hands go. Got me? Yeah? Let your hands go. Just some bass. Listen, Vass, get your jab working. Get your jab working. Let the right hand go. Come back with left hand hook every time. Got me? Over the... Look towards Paul. Got me? Deep breaths. Come on, deep breaths.
Well, there's the big wide margin
Don't switch off. Listen, stay down.
that Stephen Bell's got
Come on.
for this. Steve, no question about it. Martin has got to have a massive last round. Mathews looking as though he believes he's done enough. That's nice to see, always, always.
Yeah, you can see the two have got great respect for each other. Both worked hard.
I've got it a little bit closer than you, but I've still got Mathews ahead.
I think Gethin needs an absolutely massive round here. He needs a stoppage, to be honest. Derry knows all he needs to do now is stay away.
It's all the old Prozacs that he's using, isn't he? Every opportunity, tying Gethin up, denying him space.
He knows he's worked hard them last 11 rounds.
Well, assuming he gets this verdict, it's the early rounds which he really dominated, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he boxed so well in those early rounds that Gethin was always facing a big battle to get back. Coming on strong here in the last round. Again, Mathews tying him up.
Yeah, failing the last round knockout. I just think this is a little bit step too far for Martin. He's too late.
I don't think Gethin's got the knockout power to do it. Unless Mathews somehow really dramatically unravels. Last minute. More body shots from Gethin. And again, Mathews does no more than cling on and tie him up. Safety first approach.
Yeah, Gethin's worked hard as well, you know, but I just don't think them shots that he's throwing are not what he's used to. Whether that is because of his weight, if he's not made the weight well.
A lot of holding on from Mathews. He's getting away with a lot in these last couple of rounds. Now back on his toes.
Yeah, I think Derry can see the finish line in sight. He's just trying to stay out of the way.
Well, he's not winning this last round, no way.
Not at
but
all,
he thinks
yeah.
he's won it. Gethin holds his arm aloft as well. And Gethin being chaired around the ring by his cornermen.
Yeah, I think I give Gethin that last round, but I don't think it was enough to win the fight.
Well, you've got it wider than I have, but I think if Gethin's won this one, I think he'd be very fortunate. Early rounds, Mathews really dominated. He came on strong over the last 2 or 3 rounds, Gethin, as we knew he would. But despite the aggression, he thinks he's done it. Leaning over and seeing what people think at ringside. No doubt he's probably going to be asking you in a moment, Steve.
Yeah, he's well happy with his performance there. I think he knows he's done enough to win that. Whether or not the judges feel the same,
I'm sure they will. I'll be very, very surprised if this goes against him, despite the fact that Gethin celebrated at the end. I think that might have been a little bit of kidology. Derry Mathews, friends, family at ringside and in the ring. Martin Gethin would be a proud man if he won this one. And I think we have got the verdict. I think they've got a pretty quick turnaround here. The referee has drawn both men together. This is so nerve-wracking for both men. Derry Mathews, though, ready to celebrate. Martin Gethin, he's smiling. Let's find out how the judges have got it. Here's Mark Burdis.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for both boxers who gave everything. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecard. We have a split decision. Michael Alexander scores the contest 113-117. Mathews. Phil Edwards 114-115. Dave Parrish scores the contest 116-112. We go back to Phil Edwards 114-115. The winner, and now the new British lightweight champion.
He's over the moon.
Well, he celebrates as well he might. I'm afraid that from the announcement of the scores, we couldn't quite make out who scored what. However, it was a split decision, and we know that either Phil Edwards or Dave Parris, not quite sure which, scored that fight to Martin Gethin, but Derry Mathews by 2-1 has taken it, and how proud he will be to have that Lonsdale belt, that beautiful belt. Right decision?
Yeah, he's deserved that. He really has, Derry. I mean, he boxed out of his skin for them first 7 rounds. He just picked up them points. I thought he'd tire round about round 7, 8, but he just kept going and he wore him down. For me, Gethin wasn't at his best tonight. I don't know what it was, whether or not, you know, we'll find out off him. But for me, he looked a little bit weight drained, as though he's punching, you know, through mud.
I had it 8-4 to Mathews in the end, 116, 112. You had it a bit wider than that, but it doesn't really matter how we had it. The judges had it. Michael Alexander, interestingly, was sitting right in front of us. He had it 117, 113 for Derry Mathews. It sometimes depends where you sit, which side of the ring you're on, but it's a Liverpool celebration. Those are the photographs which are going to be in the Liverpool papers, and we'll be hearing from a very happy man before too long. He is the new British lightweight champion.
The new British lightweight champion is the old British lightweight champion. Derry Mathews, all that training, all that hard work, taking his diet very seriously as well. A clear winner on my scorecard, I'd have to say. A split decision tonight. Very nerve-wracking for him in his own arena, but he is the new British champion. And Liam, proud Scouser, and a little bit of family up there as well for him.
Yeah, I thought it was a good performance today. I had it by 3 to Derry, but I think it was tougher early on than he expected. I thought he may have outboxed Gethin for longer than he did.
That's a great picture that. But I mean, fair play to Gethin, the champion. He kept coming forward, the machine, perhaps a slightly more limited fighter than Derry Mathews, no doubting his courage and no doubting his desire to hang on to the belt.
Yeah, we saw what a decent pressure fighter he is, but you know what, I think what cost him dearly was a lack of activity. You know, he was, after 5 rounds, you know, I think I gave him 1 round out of the first 6. He was 5-1 down. He come on in it really late, and I think Derry just got home by a couple of rounds in the end. But no doubt that Derry won, and all credit to the job. He's gone to Marbella, got away from the distractions of Glasgow and Liverpool, and the job that Danny Vaughan done. And there's a guy they call the Taffinator. I've no idea who he is at the MGM Marbella, who's got it, who's in his new conditioner, who's done a great job with him. All credit to both fighters tonight, and I'm especially pleased for Derry. Whether he'll go on and fight Terry Flanagan now, I don't know. You know, it's a young man's sport, and maybe he might look another direction. I don't know. That's for Derry to decide.
And I know we said beforehand the loser might as well pack it in completely. I mean, I look at Martin Gethin there, and I think, you know, you've still got a little bit to offer here when the great disappointment of losing the belt fades away.
Yeah, Martin Gethin's been out a year, so you know he might look at it that way. He might look at left it too late, and the year out played a big part. So he might just go back, dust himself off, and go again. You know, he's he's a tough fight for anyone domestically, as we've just seen. So
absolutely right, Liam. Listen,
back.
we can find out now because it fought in an absolute superb spirit, this fight. Both fighters are now with John.
Yeah, they're both in front of me now, and I think the first thing to say to both of you lads is that was a terrific fight, and congratulations, title winner again.
For all the people who said that I'm just a fighter and I can't box, I think they've just, I've just proved it. I was under orders off the gaffer. Danny, he said to me from round one, we're going to box because we know how good Martin is and how strong he is. He's an absolute animal, and to be honest, I didn't expect him to be that fit in there. I thought he'd die after 8 rounds, but he's a true champion. He comes strong in the end, and I've got a lot of respect for him. I did before the fight, and I've even got a lot more now.
He just kept coming, didn't he, in those later rounds? The early rounds, though, it was the boxing ability, wasn't it? I mean, we had you in a sizable lead at halfway.
Yeah, I thought, to be honest, I thought I lost 2 rounds out the 12. Taking nothing away from Martin, he's a great champion. Well, he was a great champion, but I've trained hard. I've been out in Marbella at the MGM gym where all the lads have looked after me world class. Daniel and all the staff in the gym, in the restaurant upstairs as well. They've all looked after me the best I can possibly be and prepared me the best. With this man, Danny Vaughan, in my corner, there's no stopping us.
Let's have a word with Martin. That was a terrific fight. Did you think you'd won that?
Yeah, yeah, I did. Yeah, I knew it was going to be close. It's coming to his own ground. You know what I mean? It needs to be close, I suppose. It's going to go more to the favourite to the young boxer than the champion, really.
Do you feel that you let it slip away in those early rounds? As you think that was the key?
Well, now because I blocked most of the shots. I was blocking him on the. He caught me with some jabs there, but I was slipping him, I was blocking him, and catching back with some of my own line. But no, I thought I should have won it myself.
Split decision. When you heard that, what sort of thoughts were going through your head? Did you think there's that possibility?
The thought what come to my head was when I beat Anthony Crolla the second time and he got a draw. That thought come to my head, and I said, not another one, please. No, I thought I won that fight and I won this fight tonight, and luckily enough it went my way, and and thanks for all the support here tonight. It's been world class. I've been away for 7 weeks, locked away from my boy and my wife, and I've come back to the reception like this. It's second to none. I want to thank every single person, whether they're a 40-pound seat or a ringside seat. Thanks very much, and thanks to this man, Francis Warren, for making it happen. He could have wiped his hands with me after the Ormond fight, but he stuck by me, and look what he's delivered, and I've proved him right tonight. I've become British champion.
Well done. Yeah, he's not. They've not wiped their hands of you at all, and you've done yourself proud. Where from here? I mean, Terry Flanagan's sitting at ringside tonight.
Yeah, it's Terry on the 26th of July at the Phones View Arena. So Derry's going to have to get himself back out to Spain, get himself back into the fantastic shape he was in tonight. I want to say congratulations to Martin for putting up an amazing fight, and that's a fantastic fight tonight. And 6 months ago, 8 months ago, I set out to sign Derry because I thought there was life on the old dog yet, and this definitely is. It's a fantastic performance tonight.
Well, it was some comeback after that defeat against Steve Norman. Now, much more. Oh well, as important as that for you. What about Liverpool? Are you going tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be going there tomorrow. But can I just say as well, I've done 12 hard rounds tonight. There's a fella at home in Spain, Taff. I know he's going to be watching. He got me in the best possible shape I've been. I've made the weight the best I've ever made it. I'm as strong as an ox, so I know he's watching at home. Thanks very much, mate, for all your hard work. Spending time with me in the gym when he didn't have to, and I appreciate it. Thanks very much, mate.
Absolutely. Well, two of you, credit to boxing tonight. Cracking fight. Well done.
Thanks to all the fans for coming down, supporting me, and all the ones watching us home. Thanks for your support.
Well done, lads.
Thanks very much. Thanks to Mark.